Hello, I'm Braggy. Now today we're doing another of these videos where we talk about how many Viking weapons am I carrying. So what we get out of this video, whoa, we're going to watch a Viking go through his Viking weapons and talk about them, and it's going to be educational and hopefully funny. So I'm Braggy, as you can see as I step back. I am indeed a Viking. And I've been a Viking reenactor for over 20 years, and I've been reenacting since the early 1990s. That's an awful long time, 30 years of reenacting many eras and periods of history. And I do love history, from wearing the clothes to making the clothes. Now today we're going to guess how many weapons I am carrying. It does make you think, how many weapons would an average Viking carry? If the average Viking was a poor person, is somebody of a lower rank, a thrall, then they're not going to have a lot of weapons. They may have an axe or some farm tool, they may have some club. They'd be lucky to have a shield. They may have a spear. Spears are quite common, but they're not going to have a sword. They'll have a sea axe because they'll be a free man. So they'll have a good knife. And you always need a knife, not only to eat with, but to attack your enemies with, if you don't have something other than a knife, a axe. And so we'll go through my clothing very quickly. I'm wearing a wool hat I must have bought about 20 years ago, one of my favourites. It just fits right. It's getting a bit worn. A lot of this kit does wear, the wool will wear away, but it still looks good. Got a nice bit of tablet weave, as you can see, all the way around. And sometimes just adding that little bit of extra detail works. And then under my mail shirt of these will be 10mm wings, I have a leather jerkin which I made many years ago. You probably won't see it, but it's under there. And then I have a woolen tunic, a white woolen tunic which I made during lockdown. And I have a linen under tunic which I bought off eBay, and it's a very nice kind of a scarlety red one and orange, and you'll seen it on camera. And of course I've got my mail for protection, because you never know when you're walking out in Northworthy in the old times, the medieval age. There's lots of trouble, lots of bandits and robbers and thieves, and if you've had bad luck and you've been in a feud with another family, then that can be dangerous if you head into their territory. And let's face it, if you're a Saxon of Wessex, you come from Winchester or down south and you're travelling to the Danelaw through Mercia, then I'd imagine, if you're not used to it, that will be quite a scary journey. So yes, don't forget to give this video a like as you watch it. Now, the first weapon, as you can see, quite obvious, I am carrying a spear. Now this spear is hand forged, so it's not the best spear in the world in the sense of for combat. It is great when it comes to the aspect of display. And you'll see at the end of the spear there's a little knob, and that's there just for protection during the fight in the battle, so that when you're spearing somebody, you're not going to actually hurt them, because if this was a sharp point, then you'd agree that would hurt. And then what you end up, if you're not properly padded and armoured, you end up with little round bruises on your body from where you're being attacked during the battle. And normally, the people that are using the spears know how much pressure to put on. So spear men and women are very well trained and very effective in the shield wall. Now the next weapon, so that's number one. Of course I'm carrying a sword. Here we go. This is a Paul Binns. There's the fuller in the centre again, not the blood channel. It is there to, to lighten the blade, to make the blade wider, but also to give strength as well during that process. So yes, very nice sword. Sure you agree. And it's got a scabbard, not a sheath, as I put it away. There you go. You always got to look at your sword when you put it away, because you've got to locate the slot where the sword goes. It's not easy on camera. So that is weapon number two. Now, of course, weapon number 3 you would have seen hanging from my belt, and is a Saxon broken back style knife with a Norwegian hand turned handle, which I prefer and like myself is one of the best handles you can have because it's just so firmly in the hand. And you know, this Saxon is such an important weapon and tool, and most people would have carried one, whether a small one or even a larger one, to the point of where it became a Langsax. And today I am not carrying a Langsax today. I didn't want to go full out with a lot of weapons. I was trying to display more of a hostile kind of approach to the weapons I'm wearing. And then of course I have an axe, because I always carry an axe. This is my first one I brought in '99. It's a very good weapon and tool, I'm sure you agree. So there's 4: the spear, the sword, the Saxon or Saxon, and the axe. And if you guess 4, that's great. But there is one more hidden weapon. I'm going to look back, I'm going to turn back, look back, and turn around and see if you can spot it. And you've got a hidden weapon. Is it behind my cloak? No. Is it in my leather shoulder bag? A Frankish style of shoulder bag? No. So you probably wonder, oh, where's this weapon, Braggy? Where are you hiding it? You could, some of you, couldn't say that then, some of you will be saying, well, maybe it's your fists. Because let's face it, if you've got no weapons at all, you're going to hit somebody in a battle. But no, I don't really count my fists as a weapon in this sort of a video or scenario. Because I just never envisioned that ever happening, because you don't use your fist in Viking reenactments. That's why we have nice weapons. It is indeed this. It is my penallular brooch, because this here is a very sharp pin. Now let's say I was captured, I was going to be taken for ransom by some Anglo-Saxons. You know, somehow I got ambushed in a battle or in a skirmish, and I got captured and slain the rest of my men, but I'm left because I'm a higher ranked soldier and I'm worth coin. And so they take me back to where they live, you know, let's say Wessex, you know, and they say, all right, we want 200 silver coin for the exchange. And so, you know, my family back home, they get together the silver coin, and then they arrange a meeting, and the Anglo-Saxons that have captured me bring me. But during that capture, I've got this still. They've taken all my weapons and my chainmail, but they've left me with my cloak and my cloak pin. And at one point, when I'm being guarded by one man, I could stab him with this and then make my escape. So yes, a little bit closer look. I'm sure you agree, it's a very sharp pin, and that is deadly. And always be careful when you wear these. Don't wear them pointing up towards your neck. Always have them facing this way off, and make sure they stay in that location, or have them pointing down is the best method, because these are pointing. Don't have them too long. That's probably slightly longer for my liking, but I didn't make it. It's the way I brought it, and I just left it the way it is. So yes, I hope that you have enjoyed. Some days I can't speak. I hope you've enjoyed this video and got something out of it, and we'll see what the next video will be about. I think I'm going to make a video about this spear, because I've had it a long time, but there's 3 things I don't like about it, and there's 3 things I love about it. So if you want to help the channel, if you want to see this channel grow and become bigger and have a much wider audience, then share this video. Do 2 things: share the video and give us a like. By liking and sharing, that will really, really help the channel to grow. And I just want to say I love you. You know, thanks for watching. You make my day when you leave wonderful comments. Goodbye from me, as we prepare for the end screen, if I put one in.